Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Today I want to do a get ready with me featuring a bunch of my Shop My Stash items. I tried to pull some really fun things for this spring, some purple eyeshadow, things like that. So I'm excited just to sit down and play with you guys. Today's tea of the day, I was just feeling like a plain black tea. So I'm drinking Tazo Awake English breakfast tea with a splash of milk. All right, let's get down to business. So the skin has been prepped. The skin, that was like the weirdest way I could say that. I have my moisturizer on, and then I am testing out this sunscreen, the Eucerin Age Defense with hyaluronic acid. This is SPF 50. I just started testing this out, so I don't have a review like ready yet, but I can tell you that I've been wearing this already for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and my skin is still kind of tacky. Like I feel like I'm wearing sunscreen. After using a lightweight K-Beauty sunscreen for so long, I can just tell this is like a completely different formula. But that being said, my skin is like super hydrated and ready for foundation. So let's do that. I'm gonna try out something I haven't tried. I do have a sample of the Estée Lauder Double Wear Sheer Foundation. And I'm trying to remember the claims on this one. I can't remember. I think it's supposed to be a little bit more matte. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna dump oh my goodness. I'm gonna say dump a little bit out. It's quite runny. I got more than a little bit. Oh dear. I'm gonna flatten out my hands so it doesn't drip everywhere. All right, we'll see how this works for a shade match. And I'm gonna try both a brush and a sponge today. So I've already had like a busy day today. I had my cello lesson this morning. I was very pleased. I got moved along from a piece that I've been working on for like 6 months. If any of you guys play an instrument, you know that sometimes progress just seems to halt. Oh, I said I would also use a sponge. Here, I'll finish down here with my brush and then go with the sponge. Anyway, so I finally got past this piece. I think my teacher took pity on me. Like, I don't play in any sort of orchestras or anything like that. My playing is purely recreational and for my own personal pleasure. So, you know, it's not like I need to be perfect. But oh, I'm so glad that I can move on to something else. Yeah, I obviously got way too much here. Let's inspect here really close up. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put on primer. I was gonna prime. Oh well. My first impression is very good. Granted, I am putting it on over a very hydrated, very glowy complexion already. This stuff is quite amazing. I feel like if you want a glowy complexion. I'm just gonna go over one spot over here where I felt like maybe I had gotten a little too much. We'll see. And I don't know, I just don't want this to go to waste, so we'll bring it down the neck. I feel like my shade match was pretty good, right? It was 1 and 1. Anyway, back to my cello lesson. My teacher is so patient, you guys. She is the most patient person. My, that is looking nice. I can't wait to see how that wears. Put on some eye primer and get ready to do some eyeshadow. If any of you have also decided to learn an instrument as an adult, please share your experiences down below. My teacher tells me she enjoys teaching adult students because we tend to care a little bit more than a lot of kids do. Kids just, like, they want to make music, but a lot of times they aren't paying attention to how it sounds. I mean, obviously there's going to be the kid here or there that really does, but she finds that adults really tend to care more, which makes sense. I mean, when you're a kid, your mom is paying for your lesson, and when you're an adult, you're paying for your lesson. Yeah, I'm just kind of having a hard time like gauging if it's like dewy or matte, just because my base was so tacky already from that sunscreen. Okay, so I had a poll on my community tab for which eyeshadow I should use for this video. I had the option of the OG Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Kaleidos Makeup Luna Lavender palette, or a palette of singles. And singles won out by, it was somewhere in the 40%. So this is what I'm going to be using today, and I am feeling the purple. I really want to use purple, so I'll be going for the top row today. I will put these shades that I'm actually using down in the description box. This one is a stunning purple topper shade from Glam Shop. This is a discontinued shade from Makeup Geek called Daydreamer, and this is another Glam Shop shade. So I'm going to start with that matte purple. I'm going to use this crease brush from Simma, and I'm going to gently tap into that shade. I cannot remember how pigmented it is. So, oh good, it seems to be like not too pigmented. I just kind of laid that down on my outer corner and now through the crease. Yes, this lilac color is definitely what I was going for. Okay, I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and blend it out a little bit. Okay, now I'm just gonna use my finger of the shade Daydreamer here from Makeup Geek, kind of over the majority of my lid. Or yeah, all over my lid. It really is such a shame about Makeup Geek closing. They had some beautiful colors and formulas too. Okay, before I go any further, I'm gonna quick tightline. I always forget to do that, especially when I'm filming. I forget that I wanted to tightline before I do my eyes. So I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Simma Brown Now eyeliner, and I'll quick do that. Okay, I feel like my eyes are already what I'm kind of going for. It's kind of a very soft lilac color, but for something a little extra, we're gonna go in with that Glam Shop shadow right on top, but I'm just gonna tap it like on the very center of my lid. Oh, it's so crazy, this shadow. I think in English it translates to like moon dust or something, but again, I will link it down in the description box. Oh, yep, okay. That's like the mermaid effect. There's something about this color makes me think of mermaids. And if you haven't tried like any of these, I don't know what they're called. I think this is like a Turbo Glow. Let me look real quick again what this is called. It doesn't say Turbo Glow on it, but these like super glittery shades, super sparkles from Glam Shop. The texture is so soft, no gritty glitter. And since the sparkles are so tiny, it kind of gives, again, the wet look effect that I love so much. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Love that. Okay, let's do some under eye concealer and then I can finish off with my eyes. So I'm just gonna use, I didn't pull any specific concealer into my Shop My Stash because I'm so focused on my Project Pan concealer. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. And I use a lot more of this than I normally would with other concealers just because it's so sheer and it really easily blends in. I think that when I do finish this, I'm going to repurchase it just in not so light of a shade. I really got a light shade last time. Like it's literally invisible on my skin. It's beautiful. Just light. Okay, I'm going to set my under eyes with the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in the shade Light. And I'm just going to use like a fluffy eyeshadow brush. There we go. I think I want to use a purple liner in my bottom waterline today. This one's from LA Girl. This is the Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner in the shade Perpetual Purple. This one hasn't turned out to really be my favorite. It has like little shimmer particles in the actual liner, but it's a very dark purple and I cannot do this on camera. I'm not gonna lean forward, do it and come back. All right, purple eyeliner's on. Let's do mascara. I'm just gonna use the sample of my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So I have to get your guys' opinion. In no way am I going to turn into like a social commentary channel or I don't know, a commentary channel on anything, but have you guys been following along with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm happy for you. It's a defamation trial that Johnny Depp is suing his ex-wife for defaming him. Well, he says that she has defamed him in an article accusing him of being an abuser. So in order for him to win the case, he has to prove that he was not an abuser. And he's alleging that she is actually the abuser in the relationship. And it's one of those things, you know, the whole thing is streamed online. It's like watching a train wreck. You don't want to watch it, but you can't look away. It's just really painful. I definitely have not watched the whole thing, just parts of it. And it's just makes me so sad. It makes me think, just why can't people be nice to each other? Especially people who pledge to love each other, right? The whole thing is just so sad. I feel bad for the jury. Can you imagine sitting there having to listen to and try to be objective, listening to these two air all their dirty laundry out for the whole world to see? I have a hard enough time sitting and watching like 30 minutes of it. I can't imagine being stuck there for weeks listening to all of it. Anyway, I bring it up just because it maybe just, I don't know, really think, I guess, because usually when someone is telling a sad story, I'm often the first to believe them. I admit it, I can be kind of gullible that way. I cry when other people cry. I get really invested emotionally into people's stories. But when Amber Heard is on trial and telling all these horrendous stories of just being beaten horribly, I found myself getting irritated instead of compassionate. I'm like, wow, I just didn't care for that reaction in myself. So at some point in her testimony, she was sharing pictures of the after effects, and I was like waiting for those pictures. I'm like, with what she's described, she had to be hospitalized, right? Like, you can't just go sleep it off. Like, some of those things she described like would require medical attention. And I have a hard time believing her, you guys. Tell me what you think. Did you see the pictures? Because her so-called black eyes looked to me like she just hadn't gotten enough sleep one night. Just nothing like I feel like someone would look after being beaten terribly like she's been claiming. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert in any of these things. So anyway, I'm interested in your opinion if you've also been paying attention. It's weird, the phases of our lives. I remember as a teenager following like People magazine and who's doing what and kind of following the celebrity gossip and stuff, but I have not followed it for many years now. In fact, I feel like I don't know who famous people are a lot of the time now when people talk about so-and-so, unless they were around 20 years ago. Oftentimes I don't know who they are. So like even Amber Heard, I had no idea who she was until I heard her name in connection with Johnny Depp, because I do know who he is. But it's unfortunately even started to happen with like music stars. Someone will talk about someone apparently famous and I'm like, I don't know. Who is it? Who is it? And I always told myself that I would at least try and stay on top of these types of things, but I don't know, as you age, these things no longer are important. I don't know, I feel like it took me a little longer than it needed to do my mascara. I feel like this is already starting to dry out a little bit, which makes me sad. It had been sitting in a drawer for a while. Oh, okay, let's do some complexion stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit of bronzer. I like to use the Flower Beauty Heatwave Luminous bronzer. I have the shade Sunrise. I ended up smearing a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more concealer, try and cover up my mistake. Okay, for blush, I want to use my Colourpop pressed powder blush. I thought it had a special name. It doesn't, it's just the pressed powder blush. But this is the shade My Type. And since this is such a bright pink blush, I'm just gonna use a little bit and kind of place it kind of high up on the apples of my cheeks. I'm not gonna like bring it up super far like I often would with blush. I think this color of blush is like just really youthful. What do you think? Not just useful though, just pretty. Goodness, I love that. Like sometimes you hear about these weird blush trends, like putting your blush up under your eyes, and I don't know about you, but I'm like, that sounds weird until you actually try it and you're like, oh, it's pretty. Okay, I accidentally put a little too much on the side. Try to blend it a little bit more. I realized we forgot to do, or not we, I forgot to do my eyebrows. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Wow Brow. This has just been kind of sitting in my stash, not being used because I've been so focused on using up some other products. But I just want to do something different today. You know, sometimes when you use something every day, you just want to use something different. All right, lastly, not like I need any more glow. That Eucerin sunscreen is really doing its thing, but I'm going to add some highlighter. So I have my MAC Double-Gleam highlighter. This one thing will be with me until I'm 99 years old because you need the tiniest bit and it's like that baked gelée formula. It will last forever. And I'm just gonna put it right there. Oh, it's beautiful. I know MAC Double-Gleam has been out for a very long time, and you guys, it's worth the hype. I've heard it mentioned for years, and it really is very, very good. I feel like it has the look of a cream with the way it sits on my skin. I am going for the mermaid vibes today. I don't have to go anywhere else today. I'm just gonna be shiny here at home. My goodness, I love that. I realized I totally forgot to pick out lips for today, so I'm just now trying to decide if I wanted to go kind of more cool toned purple lips or if I want to go pink, like to match my blush. I'm kind of leaning towards pink because I feel like purple is what I would go for more often, something cool toned. Let me see. This is a discontinued Essence lip liner. This is the shade Lost in Love. Goodness, I've got that down to a little nubbin. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Kaja, I can never remember the name of this because it's super long, the Heart Melter Moisture Melt Lip Gloss Stick. This is the shade Sweet Talk, and it is pink, pink, pink. And this is one of those products that you click to get it to come up more. Just laughing at myself. I don't know. Maybe it does kind of go with like the whole mermaid look. I cannot get over these eyes. I am in absolute love with them. This topper shade from Glam Shop, you guys. Wow. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair. It's like, I might probably just gonna pull it back, but I'm gonna try and do something with it. I will be right back. Well, I don't know about this hair situation. I just opted for a lot of dry shampoo. Anyway, closing thoughts about the makeup. I am feeling it. I love how the eyeshadow turned out. I love my blush. Strangely enough, I am feeling the baby pink lip. Not usually my go-to look, but I'm feeling it today. I'm even loving like the blush placement. I tried to like really bring it up high, and I really like how that looks too. Oh, and also looking at my complexion with the Estée Lauder Double Wear Sheer Foundation. Currently, it's looking very nice, but as I mentioned, I'm wearing a very glowy sunscreen underneath, so I kind of want to try it with a different sunscreen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope that you have a absolutely lovely day. I will see you again very soon in my next one. Bye.